Hey everybody, Scotty here and my friend Japs. Welcome to this week's episode of Hot's Hangouts. Let's give a quick shout out to Ryrick, Haunt, Falcon, 1411, Cade, Finier, Sabby, Mo Gigiti, Myo, Mystigan, whatever, and Demos Dennis, whatever as well. Okay, we're doing Blackheart's Bay, and primarily going to be focused on Brightwing because he seems to be kind of an interest this week during free play. Japs, do you know much about Brightwing?
Not much. Just a healer, I think.
Brightwing, yeah.
He does a morphing thing.
Yeah, Brightwing is kind of like a sustained healing. It's not burst like Rhaegar. Think of it kind of like Malfurion, but its ability is passive. So you don't have to cast, and you're gradually healing your target. Your heal affects anyone who's around you up until you get your ultimate, and you can blink heal, but it only does just a little bit and has a relatively low cooldown. Starting off talents is you increase the trait of the healing range. See, it doesn't heal that much, but it does heal gradually. And as you level up, it heals a little bit more. Up top, team battle going on, 1v3. Dahaka's going to be going down. The polymorph ability is very effective if there's another healer. Where's Lily? There she is. Like there's Lily, a Morales, or a Rhaegar. Especially if like Lily's doing her ultimate. You just polymorph her and she's gone. Just works kind of like a stun. Got a little bit of team battle going on. Trying my best to heal. See it doesn't heal quite as burst. This is kind of the struggle. But that doesn't mean you should like underestimate Brightwing, because it has another ability to reduce, I think it's ability damage by 25%. Later on it can be increased by 50%. There's also another healing is the mount ability, where you kind of teleport to a target, and it only heals them just a little bit. There's another talent where you can give a shield to your target, pretty high amount, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to work that well unless you're going specifically for that build. Hammer's up there doing her thing, but I mean you've battled against Brightwing. You know what she's capable of doing. A little bit of team battle going up here. Dahaka's trying his best. Good job there, Chromie and enemy Dahaka. Zol pushing downstairs. What do you think about Zol and Murky? I think a Zol is a pretty good counter against Murky. What do you think?
Yeah, he can actually isolate Murky from the other groups, because he has a was this a skill? I forgot the skill.
You're talking about Bone Prison?
Yeah, the Bone Prison.
I think maybe Zol is kind of like Azmodan, because Azmodan, if he's facing up against Murky, it's, Murky's pretty much rendered useless.
Useless but irritating.
Yeah.
Although that would be benefit if with the Haka would always kill that guy. Because he would get more essence if he get the talent, a 25 essence for a kill,
Mm-hmm.
a hero kill.
I really don't know Dahaka. The only thing that you normally see him do is just go underground and kind of disappear. Red team is going to be turning in for quite a bit of coins.
The Haka can sustain damage. Actually, he has his own region using his essence. As he goes kills, he earn more essence.
And the trade on Dahaka is you're able to heal, right?
Yeah.
Like after you collect so much essence.
Fire that cannon, or I'll fire your skull at him instead.
I just teleported. Okay. Couldn't figure out where I was going because Brightwing can move pretty fast, but like Hammer, even with a decent healer, the Hammer can go down pretty fast unless it's Lieutenant Morales, because her single target heals are just so high. Even Polymorph, crowd control, Hammer's able to just kind of get in and out. The Haka's over there just waiting, trying to turn in. Alright, Brightwing is... Where am I going? Gonna help Zol push. Put the stress on Murky. And Brightwing Zol combo is pretty effective when it comes to crowd control with the Bone Prison and Polymorph kind of deal. Let's take a quick look at the stats. Healing, not so great. I mean, it's okay, but Lily's just a little bit higher. For some strange reason, I have more hero damage. There's a look at the talents if you want to take a look. Increased soothing range. I went with this for Polymorph, deals damage, just to kind of help with our DPS, and reduce the soothing mist to help out with heals. Brightwing does kind of struggle with mana though, if you're spamming the abilities. Oh, where did... Man, keep losing track. Brightwing just able to move all over the place. There we go. Blue team able to get first turn in. You can actually... I don't know if Blizzard has fixed the bug with this game, but Brightwing is one of the characters you can actually get a free skin. I mean, it's not free, free to keep forever, but you can actually play a game with a different skin. The trick to it is while you're queuing up for a game, hover over, I think it's the monkey skin, and then once the game actually starts, you'll get it if you haven't purchased it already. I'll try to do that sometime when we play together. Yeah, I go down right here. It's just bad positioning. It's kind of hard when it's kind of just a struggle. But we do overtake them. Look at the stats real quick. A little bit higher than Lily. The reason why the healing is so high is because, like, if you're in a group of party, all of your healing affects everyone near you.
That's good to know. I didn't know about it.
Yeah, it works real good. And Polymorph also works on like these siege mercenaries right here. And also on Monstrosity. I'll demonstrate that in a little bit later. I actually kind of just learned that because I've never fought against Abathur with this character. For those just now tuning in, it is free for all weekend, meaning all characters are free to play. So if you're new to Heroes of the Storm, we welcome you. It is very team dependent. Can be frustrating at times. Don't let it stress you out. Because there are those trolls. Just take this game way too serious. Japs, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. You've rage quit before,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate we went with is, of course, Blink Kill. There goes Lily's healing. It's going to be quite competitive now. But not if you time the crowd control right. Red team going for turn in. Everybody's zoning in because they know what's going on. It was all second thought. Going to push bottom. Here's where it gets kind of interesting. Lily got crowd control, so she wasn't able to get her healing down, but there goes Hammer. Blue team's going to be able to overtake this pretty easily. Looks like Abathur went with Ultimate Evolution. Getting out 2 tanks, that helps out pretty good, with even more crowd control. Which is, if you're playing with Abathur, and you're going up against like a Lieutenant Morales, crowd control is very important because her healing is just ridiculous. Blue team going to get mercs. Red team trying to group up. Abathur, what's Abathur doing? Look at that hero damage with the Haka. Oh my gosh, that is insane. So Dahaka can actually do decent damage.
Yeah, so I believe the Haka is kind of bruiser. Like a Diablo and Sonya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sonya, she can do some good damage. I believe if you're going kind of a seismic slam build. At the beginning of this match, everybody was just kind of doing their own thing, but since it's getting towards the end of the game, we start to focus more on the objective, and that is truly the point of this map, is to really just focus on the objective. The only time you're practically going to do a team fight is upon turn in. Other than that, it's get chest, get mercs, turn in, rinse, repeat. It's going to be a 3v4 right here, not too good for red team. Here goes Lily with her heals. She's almost at full health now. But her healing is good. So now the other way around is a 4v3. Red team advantage. Red team is able to push out blue. Good job, red team. But still, look, Lily's healing. It's interesting. What kind of build is Lily going with? Okay, that's very interesting. That is unusual build for Lily. Blinding wind, yeah, that's okay. Pitch perfect's all right. Yeah, that's an interesting build for Lily. It's usually what, a serpent or a healing brew build, right?
Yeah, but there's a second build. Actually, there are three builds with Lily,
Mhm.
which others follow. It's a standard build, the Blinding Wind, and the Dragon one, the one that you're referring to. It's more on Blinding Wind. It's more on focus on these blinding skill ability.
Hmm. I'll try that out sometime. I've never went with the binding wind, but I think I've seen some of the traits where it slows targets down and slows their movement speed and stuff. Red team doing up a real good group. They have almost enough coins to do the objective. A little bit ahead on experience. 30 seconds till Abathur comes. Who's that? Dahaka comes back.
Although towers are equally even. They're even for both sides.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, Red's got the advantage.
Red team's core be under
There's a little bit of dispute just on organization because that's what's important in this map. Focus objective, stay in group. If you're new to this game, you'll come to learn that out. There's only a few characters who really just solo, and that's like Nova, Zeratul, Asmodan, early game. Murky, of course. Murky can practically do what he wants up until the very, very end. Blue team overtakes this chest. This is, I think it's either this battle or the next, but it's gonna be pretty interesting on Dahaka. I think that's my friend. I have to check my stats. I think that's my buddy. Don't you just love that when you do a quick match and you're going up against a friend?
It always happens.
Yeah. There's 4v4. And we are able to push them back. But the polymorph.
And get their coins.
Yes. Yes. They were pretty ticked about that. We were able to get all those coins. Yep. Yep. That was a very good job on blue team. What was that ability? Pixie Dust reduces damage by 50%, but Polymorph increase the length of Polymorph. I think it's maybe 1.5 seconds in total time. With a majority of their team down, it was very good, very good time to go against boss. Murky's not going to be doing much. But believe it or not, back in the day, before Lily was nerfed, Lily could actually steal a boss pretty effectively, depending on how much health a party has and how many are in there. I think maybe if there's just 2 and they're probably half health, kind of depends on the party, but I've seen Lily's just go in there and completely steal a boss. Just her. Go in there, pop 1,000 jugs, and do hindering wind. It gets nasty. But Lily, she's nowhere near what she used to be. Let's take a quick look at the stats. 52,000 on Lily, 60. The Haka's taking so much damage. Blue's going to be turning in once again. Red on defense. Zol's trying his best to get these mercs. And so are we down here. Have you ever tried bubble build with Murky?
No, I haven't tried actually Murky.
Murky's fun. Murky is very, very fun. And there goes the blink heal. It is able to get you out of sticky situations very quick. You get 2 charges. It works in sync pretty well with melee characters. But with somebody range like Tracer, especially Tracer, it's not that great because you know she zips in and out so easily. Red team is able to take us over right now, and there goes Brightwing. Unfortunately, Brightwing is kind of slow when she's moving, but that's why she has that global map heal. As you see, blue team wasn't grouped very well. That's why red team was very superior. End game, you must group. It's funny how people always talk about that. People still go solo. Poor Zol. You gotta love Chromie's ultimate. It's like, where are you going? You're not going nowhere.
It's like, come over here.
Yeah. Red team doing what they know what they're doing. Getting mercs, getting coins, going for the turn in. It's not enough, but a little bit of turn in at a time is all you need.
I'm curious who's gonna win.
It's close. It's real close.
Yeah.
This hammer went with a what is it? The global rocket. I forgot what it's called. That skill used to be so good back in the day, but since they kind of nerfed. No. Did they nerf or buff hammer's damage? I think they buffed it a little bit, didn't they? Aperture's up there, just chilling. Blue's going for turn in. This hammer will be going down. Poor hammer. You can't solo, buddy. Sorry.
Is it the ultimate of Sergeant Hummer?
Yeah. Yeah, the rocket where it just keeps repeating itself. Now, if you do go with that,
gun?
yeah, the repeating force gun or whatever. See, it looks like it's sped up, or maybe just because this map is kind of small. I'm not sure compared to like Dragon Knight Shrine. But if you do choose that ultimate, you want to set it up to where it's going vertical, because as it's going horizontal, it takes longer to go through the map. But if it goes vertical, like near the towers and the core, it resets itself and does a lot more damage. Blue team does overtake red team right here. Let's take a quick look at the stats. Lily has picked her healing up quite a bit, and you can only know why, and that reason being she went dual. She went 2,000 jugs. That's pretty interesting. Most people go Kung Fu Hustle. Red team just kind of group up because they need Chromie's DPS, and they're yeah.
Right Wing's healing is actually good. It's almost catching up with Lily. It's not bad.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's sustainable healing. The only problem about it is if you have somebody like Kalthus, Jaina, Nova, somebody with burst damage, you're in trouble. Blink heal helps a little bit, but the burst damage, it's Dahaka trying his best to just take this boss.
What is the cooldown of the polymorph?
I think like maybe 10 seconds.
Interesting. They could always polymorph and polymorph.
Yeah, yeah. Just hammer way out of position. Not sure what that hammer was doing. I hope red team didn't give up because this was quite a good match. Blue team's going for the core with the boss, and you can only know what that's going to mean. A GG. Quick look at the stats before we end this episode. Brett Wing just a little bit because we got full party. 23 kills, 14 red, and there are the talents. As we end this, I want to say a quick welcome to all the new players and Japs. Thank you for doing this video with me. Any last words?
Let's play Heroes.
Yeah, man. Let's do some Hero League. Okay,
Alright.
everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next weekend.
Goodbye.